Alright guys, it's Shalom with the Paradox Gaming Network, and as promised, I'm doing a whole bunch of videos on Ashes of Creation right back to back to back, and I want to keep each topic separate so we can have good discussions, and this one is going to be on Apocalypse and Steam, and was it worth it? And what I mean by that is, was it worth it for Intrepid Studios to go ahead and make a joining of the two towers, put Apocalypse on Steam? Now, before we even start, this is going to be one of those videos that tends to get me in a little bit of trouble. So I've done a really good job of making sure that I filter it. But I want to let you know right away from my tone, I understand that I am abrasive and I don't care. I call things how I see it. And I don't see everything. I am not privy to anything at Intrepid Studios. It's like trying to play chess and only seeing half the board. I'm gonna get a lot of things wrong because I'm making my best guesses at things, but that's why I'm prefacing it. This is a lot of, me talking and trying to bring some of my real world experiences into this. Truthfully, I want to be honest from the beginning that if I create a video that has negative speculation, assumptions, or verbiage that upsets people, be it people at Intrepid Studios or people in the community because I'm bashing your favorite game, your last hope for the MMO genre, well, all I have to say is give me feedback in a usable format. Because as long as I have, ratings like this from the videos that I do, I'm reaching a very small community. Those triple or quadruple digits, those are my views. I'm not huge. I'm not a big streamer. But if I'm hitting a 92% approval rating from likes to dislikes, then I think I'm putting things out there the way people want to see it. So with that said, big thing about August 20th. It was our first chance to see Apocalypse again for 6 months. We hadn't seen it since February. Even in January and February, we only saw it, I think, 3 times. It was supposed to be persistent from December. Not knocking Intrepid. They had lots of good reasons to take it down. But the problem is, you will never get a second chance to make a first impression. And the truth is, this wasn't even a first impression because we had seen from September through 17 December of last year, we had seen Apocalypse in closed testing. And it wasn't even the second impression because we had 19 December through 26 December, we had open beta. So this was a rarity when you do get a second chance. Now, when they said that they were going to go to Steam, that's fine. They had all of the right mentality. Steam had potential to present Apocalypse to a wide audience. Steven specifically says that Steam is uniquely beneficial to our goals with APOC, especially in order to hammer the services as hard as possible. Okay, 100% agree with you. There's nothing wrong with Steam. There's a lot of things people don't like about Steam, and we're going to see one of those in a second. But what we see is they only had a peak of 1,366 players playing on Steam. That was the 24-hour peak. That's the most that logged in through Steam. Now ignore the 217 playing an hour ago when I pulled this. There's people who have the launcher open so they can build their hours. That's all silly. Big thing is that there was an average through Steam of 427.4 players. I don't know what a 0.4 of a player is, but I wanna put things out there in perspective. For all the Muppets out there that are trying to say that there was such a low number, I didn't even animate this slide. I wanted you to get all the facts just in your face. This doesn't mean there was only 1,366 people playing APOC. Doesn't mean there was only 1,366 at any given time. This doesn't mean the average was 427. That is the Steam stats. That is only the people who connect via Steam. So I know some people are going to be doubters and they're going to be like, that's not true. Well, let's take a look at Final Fantasy Online. Through Steam, they had 17,283 people. But there's 748,912 active characters. If there's 748,912 active characters, do you think the all-time peak for simultaneous connection would only be 41,190? Now I know right there you're trying to fit numbers together. That's cool. I'm gonna go one better. We're gonna talk EVE Online. EVE Online is a game that has no problem sharing their current online numbers. So what you're seeing right here is when I pulled these numbers, through Steam, there was 3,562 players. But through EVE Offline, which is an authorized site, it's usually pretty accurate. Cribba has been maintaining it for a decade, a little more. 24,888 players. Well, since I know some people struggle with this, if there's 24,888 people online right now, how can the all-time peak be 6,703? Because the all-time peak through Steam is 6,703. So take all of those numbers that you saw, all the people, there's one particular individual running around trying to use the Steam numbers like they mean something. They have some meaning, but not for the, purpose that person's using them for. With that said, new players didn't exactly knock down the doors coming to the game through Steam. Now again, through Steam, I have no idea what the connection rate was through the Intrepid launcher. I don't have any idea. I am not privy to that. I'm just saying that new players didn't knock down the doors. I'm also saying that the established community didn't really want it on Steam. There wasn't a really massive call out. There's a few people here and there that want it on Steam. I do recognize there's some Linux users that want it on Steam. Too bad. Easy Anti-Cheat doesn't work through Linux. But their decision then, there is clearly something else in play. Now I have to speculate to that. That's speculation because I have no idea what drove this decision. And there was no, this is going to be a good idea. It comes down to what Steven's thinking. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. But what I do know is the results from Steam being up just for one day were pretty disastrous on paper. As you can see, 37% of the 220 user reviews are positive. This puts Apocalypse in a mostly negative status on Steam. And that's a really big oof. That's not what you want to see. Now, again, I don't have numbers. I have no idea how many people actually downloaded the game through Steam. But 220 reviews is a lot of reviews for one 12-hour testing window. Keep in mind, there are a lot of really good reviews up there. There are a lot of honest reviews. What I do want to call out, though, in Intrepid's defense, is there's a lot of chicken shit people out there writing reviews because they're disabling comments on their reviews. So I'm going to say negative stuff about you, but I'm not going to let anybody make comments on my comments. That's why comments are always allowed on my videos. I don't care who you are. Just bring a logical argument to my channel. I want to take a look at some of these negative comments. For testing purposes, I will say the controls are not very enjoyable and your actions feel as though they have no weight. Hope they fix it. Okay, I can get down with, hope they fix it. But this is 0.2 of an hour review. How many games did you really play? I think it's great feedback. I think it's true. There are a lot of people who don't like the controls. I don't like the controls. I have, I'm level 50. I got to level 7 yesterday. I have hundreds of hours in. I don't like the controls, but I get that they're Battle Royale controls. I've played enough Battle Royales. I'm not really sure what you were expecting the controls to be. Started it up expecting some MMO-ish PvP, but was met by yet another Battle Royale. Okay, so honestly, this is where I become abrasive. So you left a negative review because you're stupid. I mean, what do you want me to say? I want to bash Intrepid when they need to be bashed, and I want to support them when they deserve to be supported. I don't know how many more times they can blare from the mountaintops that Ashes of Creation Apocalypse is action combat for testing purposes. So you gave them a negative review because you didn't even know. If you guys check out my reasonable expectations videos, it's not fair to judge somebody if you're ignorant and you don't know what to be expecting. Next one I want to look at is, why the hell has this team already implemented a cash shop on a beta? All of the features aren't even available yet. At any rate, I'll give this game a fair shot and update with thumbs down if I don't enjoy it. You updated with a thumbs down in 0.4 hours. Uh, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna take away your constitutionally protected right for free speech, but you know, let us test the game without trying to exploit our bank accounts. That's where, you don't have to pay anything to play Apocalypse. You don't have to pay a dime. It's free to play. So I think the update on the bottom, horrible lag, a game-breaking bug where a flash of white stays on the screen until you exit, long wait time for server to join, a functional cash shop on a beta. Well, functional cash shop on a beta isn't a bad thing. I'll put a link in the description below. Steven told us why Apocalypse was going to be monetized, and I accepted that. And if I accept that as probably the biggest skeptic in the community, people need to chill. And the cash shop just makes me angry as a player. Okay, you had enough meat on your feedback that I want to take it seriously, but you're emotional. So you have 0.4 hours and you're angry about a cash shop. Okay. I tried this about 6 months ago and I was hoping for a lot more improvement than what I saw today. What you saw in 0.3 hours. The textures look a bit nicer, but the movement seems a bit smoother, but in my mind that does not sound like what I would expect from 6 months. True. Remember that this is a little bit better of a review from a lot of the ones I saw. You were expecting a lot. At the same time, I did say in the reasonable expectations video, the main part of the first 12-hour test was the server architecture. It really didn't matter. It really didn't matter how much you enjoyed playing yesterday. The goal of yesterday was to give Intrepid a lot of data. And I said in my other video, Margaret and Toast were in the Discord. If you posted something, if you said something like I crashed, and you said it more than once, you can go and check the official Discord. Toast engages with me and Odium. Hey, what are you talking about? Are you on North America? Trying to do some bug hunting. I couldn't actually isolate it, but they were vested in the process. So that is a much bigger improvement than how things were in December, where you kind of felt like, yeah, the game's up, but I'm not getting any help. At least they have the microtransactions working perfectly, though. That's important stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to beat up on Steven. I understand why there's, a monetization strategy for Apocalypse. Maybe could have turned it off for the 12-hour test. Maybe didn't have to necessarily be there. A lot of people have said you monetized it too early. It wasn't actually running right. Did you really incur any costs back in August through December doing small testings? The microtransaction thing is biting you in the ass. Got to get out ahead of that one. Last one I'm going to take a look at is, honestly, whose idea was it? Why would you actually upload this to Steam at all? Yeah, that's actually really good feedback, because we're going to talk about it's not just those negative reviews. It's the ripple effects from yesterday's testing. One of those that I want to look at is MMORPG. Ashes of Creation has led the board on the hype of the game in development for all but 3 days in the last 2 years, a little bit more than 2 years. They took kind of a big hit yesterday. Not only did they take a hit, but Pantheon got a boost, so it's like a two-way swing. For Massively Overpowered, I do have to state Massively has carried some of my videos in the past, just so nobody thinks I'm favoring them. But, the comment, wading into the Ashes of Creation community is one of those things that makes me wish I had those beach sandals that keep the sharp rocks and pointy shells out there, because, wow. Well, yeah, of course the community's upset. Here's my 2-cent perspective. As a project manager, never been an MMORPG developer, but I've been a project manager on software. I've been a project manager on a lot of things that roll out that need a lot of hands testing. We knew on October 18th of 2018, there were 9,600 people with Alpha 1 access, 40,000 backers, 700,000 registered accounts. Now I'm using dated figures because I have to be accurate. I cannot speculate. I don't want to guess. I don't want to, put out wrong information. So on that date, these are certified, verifiable numbers from Steven Sharif himself. With that said, we know that they've done internal testing. There's confirmation. We know they've done external testing. That's confirmed. They had a few hundred testers doing QA, quality assurance, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. That was on July 13th. And we know Intrepid doesn't have a few hundred employees, so that had to be external testing. We also know they've done Phoenix Initiative testing because they said it on Sunday. We've done testing. So why the jump from small to Steam? Why not do what worked for you in the past? After your Phoenix Initiative testing, then do Alpha 1 backers, Alpha 1 and 2, Beta 1 and Alpha 1 and 2, then all Alpha and Beta backers, then go to the general public, then go to Steam. That seems to me like it would have been a more logical and orderly tick, 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 tick. It seems to me, and this is a speculation, so I'm disclosing it as a speculation. It seems like they wanted to hit August 20th because with the IGN video, it looks like they were trying to catch the first part of the Gamescom news cycle, and they wanted to be out there in front. Now, when it comes to the IGN video, I want to take this video apart piece by piece in another video, but I want to keep things in the right lane. I want to keep myself in the right perspective. I think I owe that to myself. I owe it to Intrepid. I owe it to my community. I owe it to the stranger off the street who just happens to find my video. I also want to make sure that I'm not unfairly insinuating, speculating, or assuming. So I think I have done a good job today of laying out why I'm getting to the conclusions that I'm getting to. I think I have fairly disclosed that I don't have access to anything. So I'm taking what I have access to, what's out there in the public arena, and I'm giving you my best guess. Now, I would absolutely love to have another sit down with Steven. It can be public, it can be private. He can talk to me and say, hey, here's your NDA, please sign it. I'll answer your questions. You prepare a canned statement, send it to us, we'll push it out. I have no problem being the guy that has to keep his mouth shut because I get to see some stuff and then reassure the community. But all I'm doing is bundling up community concerns and saying, well, yeah, you put it on Steam early and it bit you in the ass. With that said, I'm Jalon #0001. I'm a busy video boy this week. I got like 2 more videos I want to push out. You'll find those on my YouTube. I don't have a set streaming schedule right now. I'm having a good day today. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to overwork myself. I do hope to get back to streaming 1 day a week, and then as I get healthier, add on a second show. I do want to thank my sponsors like I do every video I do. These guys are great. They give me a little bit of money. I put it all in a pool. I give away gift cards. I do have to get another gift card giveaway going. That's bad on me that I don't have it up and running. And my obligatory shilling segment, you'll see there's my referral code. You'll also find it in the description below. If you're new to Ashes of Creation and you haven't made your account yet, make your account, chuck in that code, and then when I get paid from Intrepid, I'll be putting all that money back into the pool, just like the sponsors. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to give away game time when Ashes of Creation, the MMO RPG, launches. I didn't say if it launches, I said when it launches. You guys take care. I got the IGN video to do. I got a highlights reel to do. I'm busy. You guys take care. Hey, where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? This video's up here to watch. You gotta go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.